Chapter 18, Water for Life. Do you know that water is very important for our survival? It is not only required by animals, not human beings, but also by plants. Can you name a few sources of water? Some are natural sources like rain, underground water, surface water. Some others are artificial sources like dams and canals. As water is so important, it becomes very important to save the water and avoid its wastage. There are a lot of ways to conserve water. Let us discuss in detail about water in this chapter. So, let us read how is it explained in our book. Water is a wonderful gift given to us by nature. All living things need water to stay alive. Even plants cannot live without water. Let us do the following activity to test this fact. Take a healthy potted rose plant. Keep it in the sun. Don't water it for a few days. See what happens. The healthy plant will start withering away and will die slowly yet surely. Now imagine what would happen if you have no water to drink. Sources of water. We get water from various sources. These sources can be natural or artificial. Natural sources of water. Rain. Rain is the main source of fresh water on the earth. When it rains, the rainwater goes into rivers, lakes, ponds, seas, oceans, etc. Underground water. When rainwater percolates under the surfaces of the earth, it is called underground water. It can be made available to humans through wells, tube wells, hand pumps, etc. Surface water. When rainwater falls into water bodies like ponds, lakes, rivers, oceans and seas, it is referred as surface water. Artificial sources of water. Dams, reservoirs and canals are artificial sources of water. Water is stored in these sources and is used at the time of water shortage. Dams are used to control flood and generate hydroelectricity. Reservoirs are used to increase the level of rivers and to generate hydroelectricity. Canals are used for irrigation. Conserving water. Rainwater can be saved or stored for later use. It is called conservation of water. Water can be conserved by building dams, reservoirs, tanks, etc. A dam is a large wall or barrier across a river to stop or slow the flow of the rushing waters. As a result of the barrier, artificial lakes can be formed. These lakes are known as reservoirs. Besides conserving water, dams are also built to provide water for irrigation and to produce electricity. The first large-scale dam was built in Egypt more than 5,000 years ago. Water cycle. When water from seas, rivers, lakes and ponds get heated up by the hot solar rays, it changes into water vapors. Water vapors move up and combine with the teeny dust particles and cool down to form teeny water droplets. So, we can say that clouds are actually formed by teeny droplets clinging together. When drops of water become heavy, they come back to earth in the form of rain. Some of the rainwater flows back into seas, oceans, rivers, lakes, and various other water bodies. Then the same process starts all over again. Thus, water goes around in nature in a never-ending cycle of rain and evaporation. This is called the water cycle. Evaporation and condensation. Can you tell what is common between the three following things? Water, ice, and steam. The answer is water. These are the three different forms of water: solid, liquid, and gas. The water that we use for drinking, bathing, etc. is in a liquid form. When water is cooled, it takes a solid form, like ice cubes in a refrigerator. When water is heated up, it takes the form of a gas. Then it is called vapor or steam. Watch your mother boiling water. You will see the steam coming out of the pan. The process by which water changes into water vapors is called evaporation. Condensation is the process by which vapors cool down to form liquid water. Water is an extremely important natural resource. It is the source of our life. We must preserve every drop of it. This should be our noble mission. Keywords: underground water. Water is stored under the surface of the earth. Conservation: saved or stored for the future. Reservoirs: artificial lakes. Evaporation: the process by which water changes into water vapors. Condensation: the process by which vapors cool down to form liquid water. Now children, let us revise what we learned in this chapter. Now I know water is a wonderful gift to us by nature. Many animals and plants live in the water during their lives. The main source of fresh water is rain. Water can be conserved by buildings, dams, reservoirs, tanks, etc. Condensation is the process by which water vapors cool down to form liquid water. Water is the source of life on the earth.